Something I'm having to do every morning right now is go out and get snails. And yesterday it was horrible. We filled the bucket several times. Our chickens had so much protein yesterday, it was unreal. But this time of year, especially with all the rain we're getting, here in Texas anyway, snails can be a strong issue. And one of the best ways to get rid of them is to just go out every morning, pick them up. You got to get out early, but just pick them up. And you know,
welcome to Hoaxie Gardens and Homestead. Hope that you're having a beautiful day. I know that we are here. It's been raining pretty bad for a few days, and today it's sunshiny and beautiful. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go out into the garden and I'm going to pick my salad for a few days. Now, why do you want to grow greens in your own garden instead of just going to the store and picking them up in a package? There are 3 good reasons that I can think of right off the bat. Number 1, nutrition. The stuff you grow in your garden is going to have a higher amount of nutrition than that which you grow in the store. Think about this for a second. They harvest it at the farm, they package it, they send it to the grocery store, which is a good distance away, probably. And sometimes it goes to a middleman from the farm to the store. So you have that. Then you have your traveling time to the store. Then it sits in the store and it waits for you to come get it. Now, as soon as you harvest your greens, they start to lose their nutrition and they start to break down. Now, I'm picking a salad for 3, maybe 4 days, for a few days. And that's about as long as you're gonna be able to take the salad that you pick from your garden. It's about how long it'll stay fresh and won't be all yucky. So think about it in your store, how long it's been there, what it took to get to it, and how come it looks so fresh. Well, even if you're buying organic and the food itself wasn't sprayed, the inside of the package was sprayed with preservatives in order to keep it fresh. It had to be. There's no way to get around it. So when you harvest from your own garden, it's more nutrition, number 1, and you know what's in it, number 2. And another reason is the variety. You eat with your eyes. Things that are colorful and have different textures, they're pleasing to the eyesight. And you can have your lettuce, your romaine or your leafy greens. You can have that, and you can get that at any store. But in your garden, it's going to be a prettier product for that even. But then you're going to have your beet greens. You're going to have your red vein sorrel, French sorrel, kale, your arugulas, your amaranth, your different spinaches. My favorite's the New Zealand spinach, but I like the red Aztec spinach, the Malabar spinach, longevity spinach. I love that. The Egyptian spinach, I really love that too. So you have all your different spinaches, and they're all different colors. Your water spinach. And then you have your Swiss chard, and the list goes on and on and on of what you can grow, your greens in your own yard. And if you don't have a yard and all you have is a patio, you can grow them all in containers. And so there's really not an excuse. And it makes a beautiful container if you mix your colors and stuff in with each other. They're very pretty. It'll be a very pretty thing to have growing on your patio. And on top of that, you've got some fresh food. So I'd encourage you to do that. That's the whole purpose of this channel, is to let everyone know that anyone can grow food. I'm not here to make money. I'm not here to promote any product. All I'm here to promote is Mother Earth. She has a bounty of food and resources for us, and we will just take advantage of it, because that's why we're here. One more reason why you would want to grow in your own yard is because every time we turn around, there's another recall. whether it's Listeria or botulism or, you know, this strain, that strain. So what do you need to do? Grow, grow, grow. Grow your own food, grow your own greens. Everything that I grow in my yard just about can be grown in a container. So decide what you want, get a container, get some seeds, and get it started. I hope that what this, the one lesson that we can learn from this outbreak that we've had is that we can't depend on our stores to have what it is that we need. We need to have that stuff. We need to be a little more sustainable. So hope you get out into your gardens. If you don't have one already, get one started. Get a container garden started, if nothing else. And if you haven't subscribed to this channel already, please do, and I hope to see you again soon. Let's get out into the garden.
Those beans used to going up that fencing. Get them started, and once you get them started, they pretty much do the work themselves. Probably need to add some soil to those potatoes. Over here, these potatoes are just starting to peep through. It's a different type of potato, but it was also planted probably about a month after the other. I do succession planting with my potatoes. I have 3 going right now. I do the same thing with my sweet potatoes, and I have 3 patches of those going right now. But what I want to do is get some salad. Now, once or twice a month, I like to come out and pick salad. Kind of depends on our appetite. Now this is French sorrel, and usually I'll come out and I'll cut along these sides. But ever so often you have to come up through the middle and get up in the middle. You don't want to pull, you want to cut. The reason you don't want to pull is because you don't want to get the roots. And that's why you want to cut. You want to cut and it will come back again. That's why they call it cut and come again. Oh, spider in there. I'm going to leave it. It's doing its job. There's some arugula. I want to get some of that. Actually, this is a special type of kale. Thought it was the arugula, but that's at a different end. Get some of that. Get some of this amaranth. Just pinch it off and it'll put out some more. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? Hope you see that. I'm going to pinch off a little of this purple basil. Just a little bit of that in your salad. Kick it up just a little notch. Now here I've got some red vein sorrel. And next to the sorrel is some more of that amaranth. And here again, either pinch it off or cut it. Don't pull it. You don't want to get those roots because you want this to put out again. And it will. And this is what I had the hoop over all winter so that I had greens all winter. Well, right now I have a shade cloth over it. And And because of that shade cloth, I will have this all summer. I'm gonna get some of this amaranth. Put that in my salad. Pinch off a little of this is the holy basil. Pinch off a little of that. I've got several different basils growing. If I find a different basil, I'm gonna grow it. Some kale. Although I harvested a good bit of the kale last night because I made kale chips. Made several different types of kale chips. Some more of this amaranth. My goodness, this one is going crazy. This is something that doesn't belong here. That I will pull up by the root. That doesn't belong here. A little bit more kale. Come around here. Don't belong there. Not good for you. This will be my first harvest of the New Zealand spinach. This stuff is pretty invasive and I'm not sure what it's called. If you know, you can tell me, but it comes in places it don't need to be. So I'm gonna pinch me off some of this New Zealand spinach. Try to get this stuff out of here. Don't get it out when you see it. It will take over your garden. Okay. And this New Zealand spinach, you tip it off and it's gonna vine out some more. And so it's a good thing to do. This whole bed here will be full of this New Zealand spinach. Come over here to the back and I'm gonna get some more of it. Harvesting your food and harvesting it often is good for your plants. Besides, it gives you good food, but it's good for your plants. It helps them to continue to produce. If you're not harvesting, they think you're done with them, and they're going to stop producing. That's why it's a good thing if you have chickens, because they will eat some of your excess. Now I've got there was some Swiss chard back there, but I'm going to come up to this patch because it's getting really, really full. And I want to harvest some of it. And again, don't pull. I'm going to try to come up through the center. Get some of these leaves in the center. So it'll have some space in there to kind of fan out. Swiss chard, I love it. These little green ones in my salad. And when I fix soups, I'll put Swiss chard in there. When I am doing white beans in particular, I'll put Swiss chard in there. See, there's one of my patches of sweet potatoes. And the thing is I didn't plant that. That came up by itself, so apparently I had missed some sweet potatoes. Got another patch right over there behind that table. And right here I've got some more greens. Sitting in a large patch, but it does have some good greens. And this has some of the kind of spicy greens. Your salad should be a mixture of sweet, your lettuces, which I've got a few here I can get. Your sweet lettuces and then some of your sour stuff, or bitter. put it, bitter's more the right word. And then some spicy stuff. Here, while we're right here and it's close, let's get some of the lamb's quarters. And I like to take off the tops so that they don't start putting out seeds real early. And now this I do put my nail in. I will put my nail in. Just show my hand, there it goes. Put my nail into it and then just flip it back. You pull it a little bit. This is one plant that will not care. My long beans are coming in. I think that's the purple one. The purple long beans, and these I think are the green long beans. I love those. Those are great, especially in your stir fries, which I have a lot in the summer. Do a lot of stir fry in the summer. Why? Because you have all these veggies and greens growing, and you can come out here and just pick you a bunch of greens, throw some onion and garlic in with it, and you have got a great stir fry. Get all your different beans. Now that has gone to seed. This is my Japanese mustard. Comes back year after year after year. I do not have to plant it. I have it in several different areas. And here are some of the lettuces that have gone to seed. There's one. Back there's one. Right there. This is the purple one. Well, this is something I can still get a few off of. And it will be a little bit bitter. But they are a little bit bitter anyway. But I like that in my salad. I don't want a bland salad. I do not want a bland salad. I want a salad that has all kinds of different flavors and gets my taste buds going. Now the last thing I'm going to get is over here in Serenity's garden. And this is called so many different things. It is called corn salad. It is called, can't find my cutter. I'm gonna have to be real careful because I left my cutter somewhere. It's called corn salad. It's just been called so many different things. But one thing about this, when you bite this, your aftertaste is kind of like a watermelon. So it's very good. I have several of these. Serenity's got 2 in her garden. She really likes them. She likes because of the way they fan out. Put them in the corners. They've kind of taken over the corners. And then they're starting these little flowers. And they'll get the seeds on those. Get those seeds before they drop. We can then plant it wherever we want it. I think I'm going to get some of this thyme here, because that adds a little something to your salad too. Plus, don't tell the girls, I may be having chicken tonight. And if I do, that's what that'll go on. Look at Serenity's basil. Isn't that just a beautiful little plant? Oh, let me get the camera thing out of the way. Isn't that just beautiful, the way it's bushed? It's bushed like that because the tips have been picked off. That's just beautiful. So this is Serenity's garden. And she wants to do a little video for y'all, which we're going to let her do. And this is Asher's garden. Our first tomato of the season came from his garden, came from that one over there. And this is his little garden. And he wants to do a video too. Now these are their own personal gardens that they take care of, and they decide what they want in it, and that's good. You should let your children have that. Let me straighten this camera up a little bit. Let's just go for a walk through the garden. But you should let your children have that garden of their own. Gives them some pride in what they're doing. Now they help out everywhere. This is another sweet potato patch. This one will be a really good producer. This is our artichokes, and I have eaten artichoke out the wazoo. I'm done. But the thing is, like this one right here is getting ready. It is going to flower, and they are the most beautiful flowers. The most beautiful flowers. Some of my medicinal herbs there. Rose of Sharon. I have quite a few Rose of Sharon. I think that I have about 6, maybe 7 Rose of Sharon. Our moringa coming back out doing good. The reason I have so many Rose of Sharon is because I like to make tea with it. Makes a great tea. The hyacinth beans are doing really good. The okra is starting to come in. More beans, some young lamb's quarters back here. Lamb's quarters, once you plant it, it will grow, and wherever you drop it, that's where you're going to have it. This is where my husband's planted a lot of peppers back here. You can see some are just starting to come out. Hope you can see that. I really don't want to walk back there. They're just starting to come out. So that's good. And this is the elderberry sticks that we planted. If you saw our video about elderberry, I think it was called Propagating the Elderberry. They were just sticks that we stuck in the ground. We did it so that we could let our chickens back in this area, and they cleared it out for us. We didn't have to till, we didn't have to weed eat, we didn't have to do anything. They cleared it out for us. Another reason why every homestead should have chickens. Through this area, looks like there's nothing planted there, but there is. It's just not coming out yet. It's beans. We have some of the beans that are out and growing, but some that were planted late. Another one of the Japanese mustards gone to seed. That takes us through the winter. We have that all through the winter. This is the garlic. Now see, this one has a little shoot on it. That's not what they're called. That's what I call them. It has that on there. And I'm going to leave that one and let it go to full flower. Got our berries back there. Beans. Lots of corn growing in this area. It's a pretty good patch, but right here with this camera, it doesn't look as big as it actually seems to be to us. And the thing about corn, I will be planting some more. That's another thing that you would like to do in succession. They'll tell you plant it all at one time, and I do them 6 inches apart. I don't need to get a tractor through between them, so there's no reason to do any more. This row right here, this is all popcorn. It's a blue popcorn. That's specifically for the kids. Well, I was going to go back there, but Mr. Carl's got that area. Beets. This is something that I didn't get for my salad, and I'm going to. If you get the young beets, these are delicious. And this too, not just in your salad, but put these in your soups and beans and what have you. Anything that you're going to put greens in, these beet greens are really good for that. You can see the beets down there. They're starting to grow. You see that? They're just starting to poke out. And this is a different beet. Now these are yellow beets. And the greens are different. They have a different look to them. They have a slight different taste to them, just like the beets do. So I'm going to get some of those. Let me show you the difference. See this leaf? And then there's this leaf. This one's got the red veins through it. This one doesn't. The red vein ones, they're a red beet. These are a yellow beet. More artichokes. And that one's getting ready to open up and flower. When that does, I'm going to show y'all because it is beautiful. Eggplants, and they're starting to put out some flowers. And I have some in the sunroom that aren't even ready to come out yet. So I have several, I think I have 4 different types of eggplants. I like the Japanese, the long, thin purple ones. I like the white ones. I like the short bulb ones. And then I like the big bulb ones. And me and my husband get these all to ourselves. Tomatoes are looking good. I've had to tie them up a couple times. Look like they may be ready to tie up again. It's good. Good, good. Green beans coming in, looking good. This is my onion. These are bunching onions, and they're going to seed. And I've already harvested some because you harvest them as they come. You see all these little black, that's clear, I don't know. But all these little black spots, those are all seeds. And all I do is come out with a mason jar, turn it upside down in the mason jar, shake it really good, and all those seeds will come right off. And then I can put it in another area. The thing about bunching onions is they go. They bunch and they go. They bunch and they go. And I allow a lot of those seeds to just drop so that more will come in there. Got some beautiful little grapes coming on. A little bit of everywhere. Bees are buzzing around. Isn't that beautiful? I hope everybody has a garden, is growing a garden. If not, it's time to get started, people. Things are going on in this world. You know, lots of times I say in our country, but it's not our country right now. It's our world that it's going on with. And if you live in an apartment, if you have a patio, everything that I've showed you except probably the corn, you can grow in a container. You can grow tomatoes, any herb. You can grow potatoes in a container. Any green that I've showed you, you can grow in a container. I would dare to say, I believe you could grow okra in a container. The artichoke, now it'd have to be a big container because otherwise, not because the roots are so big, but because the plant itself gets big. But you could grow that in a container if you would want to. But beans, you can grow beans in a container. Your viney beans, or even the bush beans. But the viney ones, you just stick a bamboo or something in it and put your beans around that, and as they grow, teach them to go up it, and it just takes up a small little area in your garden, but you're getting fresh beans. And you can do that with anything. That's why I say anybody can have a garden. Maybe not a huge one, but you can have one, and anything that you do is better than nothing. And if the day comes when all you have is that, you'll have something. Thank you for joining me today. I hope to see you again soon. And remember, if you haven't already subscribed, please do so. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye. Something I wanted to show you before we go. Because we have snails out right now, something that I'm doing. Now you can do this when you bring stuff home from the grocery store to be sure you're getting all the pesticides and everything off. But this is just pure baking soda. That's all it is. Pure baking soda. I put it in my water. I'm going to put it on the greens that are in my salad. This way I know that anything that those snails, because they're nasty things, anything that they've put on my plants or any other insect or bug, I'm getting it off.